The morning that broke my heart. I always believed that no matter what happened, my parents would be there on my wedding day. People can survive heartbreak. People can survive failure. But there is something about looking at the empty seats reserved for your own family that stays with you forever. The morning of my wedding, I woke up to a text message. My mother wrote, "Sweetheart, don't be upset. Your brother really needs us right now. We're flying to Dubai with him. We'll celebrate your wedding another time." I read it 3 times, then 4, then 5. My hands started shaking. They weren't coming. My father, my mother, my grandparents. Nobody. They had chosen my older brother. Again. I wasn't even surprised. Growing up, he was always the favorite. His birthdays were huge. Mine were forgotten. His mistakes were forgiven. Mine were remembered forever. But I never imagined they would skip my wedding. I looked out the hotel window and asked myself one question. Was I really worth so little to them? I had no idea that by the end of the week, the whole world would know the answer. A lifetime of being second. My brother Daniel had always been the golden child. When he failed college, my parents bought him a car. When I graduated with honors, they said, "That's what we expected." When he lost money in a business, they helped him. When I worked 2 jobs to pay for my education, they called me independent. I learned not to ask for anything. I paid for my own wedding. My fiancé, Ethan, stood by me through everything. He knew my family. He had seen me cry after birthdays they forgot. He had watched me smile through holidays where I felt invisible. The week before the wedding, my parents told me they couldn't wait to see me walk down the aisle. They even promised to arrive early. Then Daniel called them. Apparently, he wanted to take a luxury trip to Dubai after a business deal. And somehow, that became more important than their daughter getting married. I sat in the bridal room trying not to ruin my makeup. Ethan held my hand. Then his father quietly walked over. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. He said, "If your father won't walk you down the aisle, it would be the greatest honor of my life." I couldn't speak. I just hugged him and cried. The wedding nobody expected. There was one thing I forgot. My friend Olivia was making a documentary about modern weddings. She had a full camera crew. They were already filming behind the scenes. They captured everything. My empty family seats. My crying. The text message. Ethan's father taking my dad's place. Guests wiping away tears. Nobody planned for this story. But real emotions don't need actors. As the music started, Ethan's father held my arm. He whispered, "Today, you're my daughter too." I completely broke down. The guests stood up. Some were crying. Some were angry. The cameras kept rolling. And somehow, that painful moment became the most beautiful part of the day. For the first time in my life, I realized something. Family isn't always the people who raise you. Sometimes, family is the people who choose you. But the story was only beginning. The video that changed everything. A month later, Olivia finished her documentary. She asked if she could upload one short clip. I didn't care. I thought maybe a few thousand people would watch. Instead, it exploded. Millions of views. Comments from people all over the world. I can't believe her parents. Ethan's father is a real hero. This made me cry. News pages shared it. Facebook pages reposted it. TikTok creators reacted to it. The number kept growing. 5 million, 8 million, 10 million, 14 million views. Then journalists started asking questions. People wanted to know where my parents were. Someone found social media photos. There they were, smiling in Dubai, shopping, eating expensive dinners, posting pictures with my brother. While I was getting married, the internet wasn't kind to them. And suddenly, they wanted to talk. The 93 missed calls. I woke up one morning and looked at my phone. 93 missed calls. 42 text messages. Voicemails. Emails. Everything was from my parents. My mother wrote, "People are attacking us online." My father wrote, "You need to explain this misunderstanding." My brother wrote, "You ruined our lives." I laughed. For years I begged them to see me. Now, they couldn't stop calling. They wanted me to tell everyone that they weren't bad parents. They wanted me to delete the documentary. They wanted me to fix the damage.
But where were they when I needed them?
Where were they during my childhood? Where were they on my wedding day? I ignored every message. Then one afternoon, my mother showed up at my house. She was crying. She said, "We made a mistake." I asked her one simple question. If the video never went viral, would you even be here? She couldn't answer. And that silence told me everything. The revenge they never expected. People think revenge is about making someone suffer. I learned something different. The best revenge is letting people see the truth. I didn't create a lie. I didn't attack anyone. I didn't expose private secrets. I simply lived my life. The cameras happened to be there. The world made its own decision. My parents begged me to remove the documentary. They promised vacations, money, family dinners, fresh starts. But I finally understood something. Love should never have conditions. I wasn't going to earn the affection they should have given freely. So I thanked them for teaching me one important lesson. Then I walked away. For good. 7. A new family. A year later, Ethan and I celebrated our anniversary. His parents came early. His mother baked my favorite cake. His father gave me a small gift. Inside was a framed photo. It was the moment he walked me down the aisle. On the back he had written, "The day I gained a daughter." I cried harder than I did at my wedding. Not because I was sad. Because I was finally loved. My old family had spent years making me feel unwanted. My new family made me feel like I belonged. And that was worth more than anything. Ending and moral. Sometimes the people who should love you the most are the ones who hurt you the deepest. But never chase people who only remember you when they need something. Real family is built on loyalty, respect, and choice. And sometimes, the greatest revenge is living a happy life without the people who never appreciated you. Because those 93 missed calls weren't a sign that they finally loved me. They were proof that they finally realized what they had lost.